Hey guys, welcome back. We've got another Mixmaster here. This is a 12C that was sent in for service. This was sent in by Andrew, and I'm kind of a little bit nervous about plugging this one in, to see what's going on. The cord is this is really sketchy. I don't think I'm going to plug this one in at all. The mixer itself looks in incredible shape, but the cord is just completely gone. It looks like it's just been folded up for decades. So I'm not sure, any of the story or history on this one here, but as you can tell, it's a gorgeous chrome one. The decaling is still perfect on it. Even the lettering on the dial here is still nice and white. This thing is pretty much immaculate. So we got to get it running so that it matches the looks. Like I said, I don't know how it runs. I'm assuming it probably runs good. Possibly, may have to drag on the motor or whatever, but I'm going to get this cord right out of the way here because that cord is completely shot. And I'm going to throw something down here to set this on because we don't want to scratch the finish on here at all. And let's go ahead and make sure you guys got a good view here. And let's go ahead and start getting into this. I want to start, I think, by just getting into the cord connection here. And once I get this taken apart, I can set this up on a stand and it'll make it a little bit easier to do the rest. Okay, well that came right off. I didn't put up a fight at all. This thing looks spotless. How clean that looks in there. You can see there's some oil residue on there from where everything just, broke down, leaked out, but this thing looks, this thing looks unbelievably clean. Alright, so we're going to get this old cord connection off of here. And surprisingly, this is a Model 12, but there's no, the leads are like really short for some reason. Usually on the Model 12s they give you a decent amount of lead for the cord there. And let's see if we can get this out. There we go. Yeah, even inside there it looks nice and clean. Alright, now that I got that part, I'm going to get a stand and throw this right on the stand. So I can figure out where to put my stand. Alright, here we go. We got a Model 10 stand. We'll throw this on. Now I'm going to readjust you guys here. Alright. Let's take a look at our brushes here, and something tells me they're going to be like brand new. Nope, they've actually got a little bit of wear in there, about 3/4 there. So she does have some use. Yeah, that one's the same. It's about 3/4 of a brush. Give you guys a comparison here. So there's a new one on the top. I just can't. Hold on, I can't get a hold of these to line them up, but. That's actually a little more than 3/4. So yeah, not much wear on those brushes at all. So this front badge here has like absolutely no dents or anything on it. Look at that, not even a scratch on that. It looks like it just came out of a box. nice and clean under here for the most part. I mean, a little bit of residue there we had to clean off, but there's no buildup under here at all. Just a nice clean machine. We're gonna get here and take a look at this grease box, or this gearbox, and see what the grease in it looks like. A little bit of blob of grease right there on the top of the screw. Unusual place to find it. No, this is nice and clean. Throw a gasket sign here. Alright. You can see on there that the grease is dried out a little bit. Definitely time for a change. The machine doesn't appear to be seized at all. None of the shafts, I mean, are seized in here. Which tends to happen on these old machines if they sat for a long time. For whatever reason, that seems to be where they varnish up right here and just kind of seizes it up. But yeah, this one turns nice and free. Alright, let me spin this around. And we get the back part taken off here. On the back, lower this down. You see there's no dents or nothing on this cap, but part of the S is wore off right there. Okay, well, that's the first signs that I've seen that this thing actually looks used. You can see flour buildup in here. I wasn't expecting that at all. As clean as this thing is on the outside, I was kind of expecting it to be spotless in here, but that explains the little bit of brush wear on it. All these parts that are coming off the back, they got all this flour residue on it. When I get those cleaned up really nice, and that way it'll look brand new on the inside as well. Alright. Resistor looks really good. Of course, we know from testing these that that's not usually an indicator of much. Alright, contact points on here are covered in corrosion. But let me get some bare metal showing here and we'll break out the meter. And give this one a test. Alright, you guys can see the meter there. have a little issue with the corrosion, I think, on here. Alright. Once we clean the corrosion off, I'm guessing it's going to be awesome. We're at 183, so that is a good resistor, so we'll just get the rest of the corrosion cleaned off on there so we have a good contact when it goes back in the machine. And we can reuse that, no problem. And I will assume the capacitor in here is good as well, so that shows no signs of leaking or anything. We'll know when we turn it on for sure, but like I said, everything in here looks really good. I think the biggest issue with it is, it just needed grease and lubrication changed and a new cord. But we'll get the whole thing taken apart and cleaned up. Make sure all the wiring inside's intact, which it usually is. There's usually no issues with the wiring on the field coils on these. Sometimes you just want something magnetic, especially when you got bad fingers. Alright, and this of course will get cleaned up. This connection to this wire here is like really sloppy loose. And I'm not sure if I have any history on this machine or not. I'll have to go back and look. It's amazing. On the outside it just looks brand spanking new. I love this old chrome too. There's nothing like old chrome. I took my Camaro down to the car show yesterday, and I parked right next to a 59 Impala that had a lot of chrome on the inside and the outside, and it was just amazing to to see these old cars that had all this heavy chrome plating on it everywhere. And it makes me think, in the 50s and even into the 60s for a little while, that these the people that designed these cars and stuff for big automakers, you can tell they were trying to out-design each other. You got all the chrome, the flashy chrome, the big fins, and everything, even the shapes of headlights, taillights, and grills and all that. It's just so much style. And you look at the cars from the 70s and on up, and it makes you wonder, where did all that style go? What got them to abandon, trying to put style in a car and everything becoming boxy and basically like cookie cutters. I don't know, it's sad, but at least these old cars are still around and people have restored them, and I love going to the car shows and looking at them. Of course, even my Camaro, that's an 84, and even that doesn't have any style compared to the first generation Camaros. Alright, wrap this off and just go ahead and pop this off, since we got to clean all this out and re-lube this oil wick in here. Righty loosey. Okay, a little metal disc in there looks good. There's that oil wick in there, that thing gets dried out, and we'll get this all cleaned up well. It's really not that dirty, just basically a little dust on it. Alright. Armature looks really good. There's just some discoloring from the carbon on there. I'll polish that up. Alright. I'll pop the clips off the brush holders here, because I am going to pull the field coil on this one, because I have hardly any lead to attach the new cord to. Plus I do see there's some flowery buildup in here, not much. I mean, it may even blow out with the air nozzle, but that's why I can get that all cleaned out really good. And let me spin this around now. Now I want to pull these gears and shafts out. Because these shafts will get polished up, the bores will get cleaned, and then we put it back together and it's completely clean, ready for fresh grease. Alright, let's see if these will break loose. Oh yeah, they're already loose. Ain't no having to break them loose. Dang, can't see. Okay, that one did have to break loose a little bit. Alright, shaft came right out. Glad to see that. Get that gear cleaned up. Oh, man, I'm telling you. I need a hand replacement, bionic hands or something. Alright. Yeah, that one looks good too. Clean her up, polish her up, be like new. Alright, I'm going to get out a little bit more of this grease in here. And then the only thing that's left is to pop that field coil out. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get that done. We'll get everything cleaned up and then we'll come back and put it back together.
Black flies on the windowsill. That we are alone. Winter stole summer's thrill. The river's cracked and cold. See the skies are no man's land. A dark and plume to stay. Hope you need a humble hand. Not a fox found in your place. No man is an island. side. But can't you see? Oh, maybe you were the ocean and I was just a stone. Black flies on the windowsill. That we are, that we are, that we are alone. Comfort came against my will, and every story must grow old. Still I'll be a traveler, a gypsy's reins to face. But the road looks wearier with that fool found in your place.
Alright, so we got Andrew's 12C here. This gorgeous little machine, all done. The service maintenance is done on it. There's a new cord on it. I did put new brushes in, even though the brushes were decent on this one. They were down a bit, so I did replace the brushes on there. Resistor and capacitor tested good. So we got everything in the back cleaned out and everything in the front cleaned out. Got the grease replaced. Everything has all been polished up and stuff. And let's go ahead and fire this thing up and see how she sounds now. I got just a set of my old bent beaters in here, just to, I just put them in there to check it so I can have an idea of the speed and the timing and all that. So anyways, let's go ahead and fire this thing up and see how she sounds now, since we couldn't hear it before. Alright, so as you can tell, it sounds like a brand new machine. So we're going to get this one wiped down one more time. We'll get it packed up and sent on back. And if you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down below, and I will get back to it as soon as I can. And as always, thanks for watching. We will see you on the next one.